I warned you guys it was gonna be a little bit of trappy. They gave you a few traps, but did anyone play the opening move? Am I sharing? Let me see. Yep, okay. Did anyone was
It's
anyone able?
buffering.
It's buffering?
Okay, it's on now.
Okay, let's cancel it. Let me restart it.
No, it was running. It was fine.
Oh, okay.
It's on.
All right. So this morning, did anyone catch this move when I said that if they crack above this level? So this was your triple top. If you guys look here, I posted this right here. I said 1, 2, 3. They went above, and then I said if they come back to what level? It's most likely going to be good. And they came back right to it to the PDPOC, and then obviously they ran what 30 points from there. About 30 points, yeah. So did anyone catch this? I didn't really trade much.
Yeah, I caught some of it. Yeah.
I mean, that's why you guys put a plan together. You put a plan so that way you execute based on what you're seeing, right? And if you're not executing based of that, then I'm not sure why you're putting a plan together, or what's the point of somebody helping you build a plan or a watch list, right? It doesn't necessarily mean you execute on my plan, but you should have a plan that's creating a bias or creating a logic pattern or setup, something that you're seeing, right? And I was fairly confident that they might try to trap, and then they hit these levels here to a penny 814. Then they came back, and look what they did shortly after that. They bounced, they lost, and then of course they're making lower highs now, and I would say lower lows here if you're counting this one. But let's take a look what they did on TPO first, and then we'll switch to volume profile. I'm gonna delete these single prints. Oh, interesting. So came back right at 330 back to POC, and we bounced. Did anyone catch this? Wow, that was a good one. Did anyone catch this play? This is
That was
No, I
that
didn't
was a
play you
news-related
afternoon.
thing.
Say
Yeah,
it again.
I did. It's also VWAP, so it's a conference level.
Oh man,
The
this was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Fed was talking.
Oh, who was talking?
Bar, I think it was.
Yeah, it's me.
All right, so we got some excess high here sitting at the top. It's not really that bad. I mean, when you look at it, came in L period, I think 5 long. When you look at the bottom, I think they're a little bit more aggressive here. What do you guys notice about like the shape? What shape is this today?
To
To me, it looks like a triple distribution.
Here, let me make it easier for you guys. Hide this.
It's weird because on mine it's K and L all the way to the top. Oh, I'm sorry. You're looking at
Double
E.
distribution, maybe.
Never mind. You're looking at ES.
So it would be a double distribution only if you had a little bit of a skinny belly elsewhere, right? If you had some single print somewhere in the middle, it does have a look of a double distribution, but it's not necessarily the same, I would say, size.
Lowercase b.
Yeah, it's a lowercase b. Typically, when you have this, there's a high chance you're going to revisit this 4806, what they did, I guess, shortly here, right? They came back and they spiked it back up. They probably got a lot of people excited on the short side here.
Yeah.
Typically on the Bs, I wouldn't be shocked if we revisit this tomorrow again. So I would definitely watch this. And this was also our first SIG level, if you guys remember, that we were watching on the upside. The bottom. So how would you guys play this tomorrow? Where's your support?
The value area high.
Okay, that's one way. Yeah.
First. And then the POC you mentioned, the 4806.
That would be a good one as well.
Run it up to the single prints.
To run it up to single prints? Oh, to run it up to single prints?
Yeah, if it bounced off the POC.
Yeah, you could do that, right? Where would you guys turn bearish here?
Below the
Lose the
POC.
PD value area low.
So let me show you, if you guys take a look at this on the top, right? This is your top distribution here that you have. You see this?
Yep.
This is your distribution. Your point of control, the fairest price is 14. If I tell you the 14 is no longer fair price and we go below it, that would mean that 14 is your pivot, right? If I tell you this is the fairest price we have, and you see that we are cracking below this 14, and let's call it 13, this zone here, 14 to 13.75, 15 points, 0.5 points here, that would mean that they're not interested in prices higher, right? So any loss of 14, you can target to hit that, I would say 802, 806 area here, because this is where we rejected or bounced back a few times now. So if you guys go here, 803, 804, this becomes your pocket zone for long right here. I would say something like this would be your zone for long, right? And you could catch this short from 14 to 803, which is 10 points. And I'm just talking about this supply because this is the supply that obviously made some lower lows from there, right? Last time we came here, this was all-time highs. I wouldn't be shocked if we swept these tomorrow. And don't be shocked if somehow CPI is not as, I would say, let's say not as hot, that we are just gonna run this and basically, let's see, find 618 of the 1618 of this move. If you were to go here and let's say find this. I'm trying to find my. So they could target 49.16 in the shortly up weeks if we're able to crack this. So 48.73 and then 49.16 would be coming shortly after that. And that would be just a measurement. Let me make sure I'm to the bottom here. So 48.78, I'm sorry, and 49.26 would be the extensions of this move higher. When you're in all-time high range, right? I don't have any volume here. Right, there's not much we can use to figure out, hey, where's the volume previously? It's just that there's nothing there. That's where I use fibs. Figure out the projections of the swing high to the swing low, and then you project 127, 1618. Those are the targets I use. So if they're able to crack this, I would say we had this bullish bias. I don't know if you guys remember this level shortly, a couple of weeks back, or this here bullish bias above. So I think when we're targeting the fall here, if they were to reclaim that was problem, but now they're well above it, right? And when you draw the FVP now, if you were to draw the FVP, where would you guys draw it from? If you want to see the uptrend, if you want to know where the nodes are, what could you do here?
I drew it from December 13th up to now.
Monday to today.
I mean, you could do that. I mean, you could just grab the low here, right?
Yeah.
This is one swing low, swing high, and then they obviously consolidated here. And you could do this, right? But you know that POC is going to be somewhere, right, where we bounce to a penny, right? I mean, we hit this and you rocket it much higher. If you wanted to know on the smaller pullbacks, because it seems like they're going to go higher from this, at least for now, you could do this here and figure out where it's at and look where the zone's coming. Right where we highlighted, that would be a really interesting zone. And if this doesn't work and you give them, let's say, you give them 3.25. Let's say you put your stop loss somewhere around here, maybe 4. What is this? Whatever the difference is. Let's see, we'll figure this out. So let's say you get in somewhere around here, right? You could target something like this easily. And this would be a decent play to play. If it comes back here, you could take this, leave some runners, and let them run in all the way up to here, right? So you could play this play potentially in the morning. I think it's going to play out unless they just gap up and continue tomorrow, right? But remember, you know, why did I highlight this 41.5? Why is that important?
The all-time high.
Yeah, what else? Let me turn on something, it'll give you a clue.
Poor high.
What
It's
was
a
it, 3 months
poor
ago?
high. And when was that poor high hit? When was it made?
I think 28th December.
Yep, that's correct. But during what period? Was it during RTH or ETH?
RTH.
RTH, yes.
Both times it was ETH, right? So this
ETH.
Mm,
Pre-market.
ETH.
Yeah.
I see one at 4 a.m. up there.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that-
both times are pre-market.
those are pre-market times, guys. Market session doesn't open until 9:30 Eastern, right?
Yeah. You asked which time it was open, so
Well, they did it twice. They did it on the 29th and they did it
Yeah.
on the 28th,
Yeah.
27th.
Yeah, both times it
Okay.
was
Yeah,
during
pre-market.
ETH session. Yeah.
right. Okay.
So the overnight lows were never cleaned up, right? It seems like everybody was probably long on a settle price, right? They were long, and what did they do?
Yeah.
They sent it lower.
Yeah.
Now that you have this is potentially, because it was 2 days, I would say that's probably a weekly poor high, right? So what are the odds of us cleaning this up, you know, really quickly now? Fairly high, but what do you see in the way? See, giving you
Previous
step by
week,
step.
kind of control that volume node.
Yeah. Do you have your previous weeks up there, Shorty?
Yeah.
Valley Area High, POC, and
Yeah, I have prior weeks.
okay.
Small area high.
Okay.
And now you see that there's a weekly VPOC here on a weekly. So is there a high chance we're going to hit this tonight and run? Yes, very high chance we're going to hit this. As soon as we clean this right here, where they're stuck.
Yeah. Skinny belly.
Right here. As soon as they clean 28.
Yep.
You won't even see it. I promise it's going to run to 30. What is this? 34.5.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to
Yeah.
run like split seconds, guys. And let me show you something interesting. Watch this now. Try and shift it. Watch the footprints here. Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
So they're already building the momentum overnight, right?
Mm.
They're building, and then next node is going to be the 34.5 here, and then of course it's blue sky breakout, right? You're not trying to time the top, guys. Your job as a trader, intraday trader, I don't care if it breaks out. I want to make sure that we have a good probable setup to make money and log off, right?
Yeah.
Your job is day to day. For my long-term portfolio, right? Whether you're short or long, or if you're hedged or not. For me right now, I have a lot of long stocks. I'm short on some ETFs for NQ, but that doesn't mean I'm bearish. I'm protecting my money, right? And for a lot of you, you have to stop the habit and the natural human behavior of, I have to be right and I have to be first in whatever you do. And right here, you don't want to be first, but the only thing that I would caution is just think logically. The peanut butter is at all-time high price. Do you want to buy peanut butter now or you want to wait?
Yeah. I want to wait.
Right. So whenever you're being asked, right, especially for instance, in stock market, when the prices are at all-time highs, and you have, I would say, a lot of media is coming out and having bullish signs everywhere. Right. Your job is not to fall for that. And I'm giving you just heads up. All these boys sometimes tend to work in parallels, right? Where you know, they, you really become exit liquidity. I mean, if I tell you everything that happened in the past, how long? 3 years. Hey, we had a pandemic. Hey, we also had a bubble in the car industry. Hey, we also have an asset inflation. Also, out of last 11 job reports, we revised 10 of them. I mean, and then you think about the supply chain concerns, the inflation, and soon you guys are gonna hear about job markets. All of these things, and you're telling me we're at all-time highs? I don't know who, maybe I'm stupid, right? Maybe everybody else is, hey, yeah, go all the way to the moon, bullish. But to me, it doesn't add up, right? And I'm not trying to fall for the trick of, FOMO. I didn't miss much. I buy value, right? And you guys see when I search for stocks, do I care what Pfizer's news were about some drug and medicine? About not working out and people are still going to stay fat? No, I don't care, right? And the stock is at a value and I buy it. Right now, can I say the market is at a value that I want to buy it? No. No way in hell I would ever consider being optimistically long-term long here. Can I be a short-term bull here? Of course, right? I can do that, but I would initiate more caution on the long side than I would on the short side here, if that makes sense. I'm not preaching to short blindly, but I'm not preaching to just buy on a FOMO here. Because I promise one of these, you see how aggressive these sellers are coming in? So you have 1, 2, 3 candles down, and how many candles you have up? They're compressing the price action, elevators down, and then, baby steps up. Right, so somebody's offloading, and then they're like, okay, we'll buy back up, buy the fucking dip, and people go back and they buy it. So be careful buying, I would say, these all-time highs breakouts, especially here. I'll be cautious initiating too many longs. What you want to see when you have a breakout is like any other breakout that you had, right? So if you go back, let's say on the weekly, let's find our great stock of the video. This stock is just pretty wild right now. And if you guys think about this one, for instance, it does give you the opportunity for the retest, right? So if you guys look, they consolidated here, for instance, for a long period of time. They cracked above, and look, did they not come back to the point of consolidation? You will get an opportunity to go long, but let somebody else do the price discovery on your behalf. You do not want to be the first one in that battle, right? Where your 2, 3 contracts might not mean much to others, right? But it means a lot to you and your account and your well-being, right? So don't be in a rush. Don't think you missed anything. Turn off the news. I would say, for the most part, I would turn them off for the next couple of weeks. Don't let the emotions take over your trading. Okay. Like today, I didn't take a single trade. Like I didn't feel like it was going to be a good day. It was a lot of chop at first. They gave this what they're supposed to do here, but well, that was okay. I'm okay with. It's okay to be off, right? It's okay not to trade, especially if you have some green days and you have good money. When you make a lot of money or have a good day, doesn't mean you go double up on the size the next day. Sometimes it's better to play defense than it is to kind of constantly attack, because eventually you might misfire and then all of your profits might go away as well.
Just like that.
So hopefully that clicks for some of you guys, but I would expect that they're going to defend this area right here tomorrow, or if they give us an opportunity. And if you guys look here, this level here, the 92, is, I mean, this is a fairly big level. And what do you guys see that it's also building at that level now? We have 2 more days. What's there? Here, let me clean up. You guys see this? This is a weekly profile, right? You guys see this?
High volume node.
Well, this is your current week developing POC, right? So
Yeah.
I would say, so in this area here, and we know the 96 level is fairly important. It's been important for some time. So this area becomes your bounce zone here. they will most likely come back somewhere around 92 again or 93-ish and look for a bounce if they do give you that opportunity. Any drop, I would say below 814 here, I would turn bearish below 20 if I was really aggressive on shorting, but I know they can play a lot of stops there. I would want them to go below this level for me to kind of catch it, but I would look for a long opportunity. If December value area high was to be cracked tomorrow, let's say on Thursday because of CPI, that might change a little bit of behavior for me on Friday. For Friday, that might mean that I'm entering potentially some longer swings again on the short side.
Maybe a good bounce would be at if they break December value area high at 69, 60 or 71-ish.
Well, we know where the CPOC is, right, for this range. So I'm pretty sure it hasn't shifted.
Oh yeah, you said 67.
Yeah, so it's still here.
Yeah, so I got it. Yeah, it's right about there, 69-ish. I have a zone there from 69 to 67. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would just draw a little zone here, actually, something like this. This is a
Actually, I
big
got
level.
it all the way up to 71, but
So if you look at the weekly here, I mean, you're coming up to a POC where we sold off. Your value area low where you're trying to get in, where you struggled, is at 20. So if you lose 20, what does that mean in terms of value?
They didn't accept it high.
They didn't accept it the last time where they didn't accept it either. Because in this value here, I don't want to start drawing because it'll bring up everything. Last time here in the value, they didn't accept it, and it was a really, I would say, narrow value. The only thing that's tricky here is what about this week? Was it narrow because it was Christmas, or was it narrow because there was no interest in buying there? That's the question, right?
yeah, probably because there was no interest.
Well, also, I mean, I would say that Christmas days and end of the year, they don't
Yeah,
really
true,
try to spend too much. But I would definitely watch this level here because they spent a couple of days and they had this was a really aggressive sell-off here, and also December 19th, I believe this day here, no, 20th, was really, really aggressive selling. So I would expect to see some sort of rejection at 34.75. Might be even not a bad like instant short for a small, and put it above all-time highs and see how they do, because it is poor high. I would expect them to look above that, and if they don't hold, that becomes, hey, resolve it with a completed auction at the top, and then look below. Once you lose 34.5, 35, 34, might be a good opportunity for a short. So that's something I would watch in terms of the weekly. On the bottom here, this is a really, really important hold for them here. This level that I just drew here, this is all-time high weekly value area low. They need to stay above this. They need to build value above this.
That's 14, right?
19.
19.
Yep. It's right here at 19. Yep. 14 is a cumulative POC from this week here.
Yeah, and what if, Shorty, as we have seen in recent times, the first bar often is a big move. And say if we hit like 55, 60 on the upside tomorrow on the first move, what to do?
On this one, then you would wait for the retest. I would play the retest of the breakouts. So this would be your breakout. If they bring it back to 41, if they go 60, come back to 50, this is your long, because everyone and their mother is going to go long, so you can catch 10, 15 points from here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
This would be what you're watching here. But typically, if the candle is struggling and they do this, I don't want that. I want the breakout to go and then to come back. We don't want to see tiny little spike and then back.
Yeah, that's not a true breakout.
You want to see them, break this high here, the poor high with intention, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then let me just make sure I didn't miss anything on TPO. And so far, you guys see that we started with the P-shaped volume profile on the weekly until yesterday. I don't know if you guys recall when we checked. We had a true P-shape, but the volume hasn't shifted just yet. So the volume, let's see what we do here. If they can create some value, shift the volume, and then a pop, that would be great. If they don't act quickly here, this level is going to be revisited tomorrow again. This level is going to be tapped here
Yeah.
fairly quickly tomorrow. Because this is going, this can easily convert to what? Profile in 2 days. Just think logically, if they pop here and they explode this area more and they dip a little bit lower, let's say bounce here, you got a perfect D shape in an uptrend. And I don't think that's a healthy profile in an uptrend, right? That shows indecisiveness. Does that make sense? If they fail here and start building value here, the value area high will shift. This probably go here, and the value area low probably goes somewhere up here. So let's see how they play it out. It's important tomorrow to see what the CPI does, because I do think it's going to set the next probably 30 days or so after tomorrow.
You doing Q, please?
Let me just get to this.
Can you get done? Yeah. Thanks.
Because this run here just shady. Not sure why is this not loading. There we go. I just want to see if there's anything I'm missing here. I mean, the M period was pretty wide. Yeah, desire this pullback here. There's
Everything's pointing to those, that bounce zone.
It looks like a double distribution in the volume profile there.
Yeah.
Definitely double distribution in the volume profile. You guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
And we covered this yesterday, I believe, during the watch list. I said if you have a double distribution and you break the upside and you stay above the upside, you don't want to what?
Short.
No, don't short this. So we got basically you go from here to here, you find the POC, and you're watching to see how we react to it. Ideally, we crack below 19, and you're looking for a short. Okay. I will definitely look for that. Make sure this.
Like if you're on the bottom and you can't crack it, you don't want to go long.
Yep. This will be a super important zone tomorrow. Is this a breakout that you want to see? Anyone? Why is
Not
this not a breakout?
low volume. No,
Okay, what else?
Value doesn't shift higher as they supposed.
Anytime you had a sell-off, look, poop, 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 value shifted lower. We shifted higher, but we're still overlapping. Let's check previous breakouts. When you have a breakout, you know, you're going, and then you need to see a pop. So maybe that pop is tomorrow, but if they don't pop tomorrow, if they don't break PDH tomorrow, it's gonna be a fun ride down. I mean, just look at the profiles here. This, yeah, this has a lot of potential to go down, probably 681. If they don't succeed tomorrow, this can plummet tomorrow. I wouldn't be shocked even to hit 4,600 by Friday
Wow.
if they don't break all-time highs tomorrow. We could quickly go here. I know it's crazy, but yeah.
So you think their intentions would be to their best interest to crack the all-time high?
Of course, I mean they gotta bring
Yeah.
more sheep to the slaughterhouse, right? The only way
Yeah.
to do that is
Yeah.
if you think that you missed something.
Create FOMO. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not the best breakout for me. I guess. Let's see. I don't consider that breakout. Volume's crap. Let's check the daily candle, and that should be it for yes.
Yeah, Shorty, how this is looking in comparison to NQ? The value shifting.
Yeah, we'll take a look here. Let's take a look at NQ. It's about the same actually. NQ looks stronger than ES.
Yeah.
And you see they hit this VPOC here perfectly. They came back. I mean, NQ is fairly easy to play today.
Yeah.
Man, but NQ is gonna
Mm-hmm.
NQ is coming up to a really important level.
December POC. Right up to it.
Man, they're hitting a really big volume node here. Man, I'm telling you, just to, I would say, be very careful being too long here. Orbit size. We are approaching a do or die. Either we're gonna get 3,000 points, 4,000 to 5,000 points, 2024, or something's gonna happen here. You have a double distribution on the sell-off here. Not only do they have to crack this, then you gotta go up out here and crack this node.
Yeah, around 15, 18. Big node there. And then I got another one up there at 93, right?
Yeah, this is yeah, somewhere around there. I have 90 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big node here.
Yeah, pretty good.
And we're already at 97.
Did they absorb all of this? Yeah, they did. They absorbed all of it. So this was your single prints here. Look at this. So just for educational purposes, this candle caused all of these single prints.
Wow.
What about this candle here?
Jesus. Same, just about same thing. Damn.
I just went through it, and man, this is such a big level where we're at right now. I'm hoping that they push it here tonight, at least to this level, because that would be ideal.
Shorty, does that mean the new candle you just highlighted today, it's a short cover? That's why it went up so fast?
Just think about it. If sellers did not find any value or buyers didn't find any value to participate here, so their bids got moved down, and these people that had inventory, they just sold through it with a much intention of trading or spending time in here. There was no interest trading between 884 and 968, zero. It happened so quickly, right? So when they went back up, there was no interest to trade again. Then they came back and reestablished some interest inside. They built some value here. You see that they created a little bit of time. But now, right, I mean, if you look at this node here that we have, I would say on this POC on the weekly, right? This is a weekly POC. You have a major node here, and that's kind of very close to this POC that we have. So I would be very, very careful. I would say trading any longs here. You're coming up to this major node, and then, you know, from volume perspective, we can turn on the VRP here, kind of see what's going on. But look where we are right now. So as a bull, what do you want to see happen? I don't think you want to see all-time highs happen here. If you're running the show, you could spike this to the top, push it back all the way down to 840 and then establish creating more value in between here so you can get the momentum to crack above. I just don't think they have it right now, but let's see. The more people short that today or tomorrow, like when they short it, the better it is for the bulls. All right, let's see. So they're
Because they will. Sorry, Shorty. It's why is that?
so think about the concept of, let's say this is the price. This is a price here that's the top, and we're in a range like we are since December 13th. People short here, and the weak sellers, what do weak sellers do?
Close.
They have their stop loss very close by. If their stop loss is here, what does the stop loss do to the market?
Move it high.
You have to do what when you're
Buy.
short? You have to buy. So now you're buying higher. Then they're like, oh man, it's gonna be 15,680. I'm short here, and their stop loss is here. They break this level, then they come here, and what does the people do? They buy to
Buy it
cover.
again.
So they're basically putting fire into the stock market by being weak sellers. And we haven't seen much strong sellers, and how can you tell? Well, should you have access high or poor high when you have strong sellers?
Access high.
You should probably have access high, right? And we haven't had access high. We have poor highs, right? And if you look here, you know, this is weekly here. On NQ, there's excess of 2 periods. That's borderline, right? And on ES, it looks worse. Actually, it's pretty flat on ES. So that's why, you know, weak sellers propel the markets, right? When you have a strong seller, you will leave a really strong access, right? Like these single prints in the middle, they're not necessarily access, they're just single prints. But you see that they're in a hurry to sell. They're selling, selling, selling. And then, you know, it slowed down and you had some, look here. What is this? This is major access on the buying side, right? They came in and they're like, hey man, we really want to start buying here, and somebody found value. It's probably most likely some different time frame buyer that was interested in it, right? So that's why I say that, KJ. Hopefully it makes sense.
Thank
Okay. Yeah, I'll be really careful getting too much long here. This should be coming back at some point here.
Yeah, I tried a couple of longs tonight, didn't work out very well, so I'm waiting for it to do what it's gonna do and then
Yeah,
get on with them.
I think NQ is going to be back. Most likely revisit this tomorrow.
Yeah.
But let's see, maybe I'm wrong.
Or they might start doing it, they might start going at it tonight. You know,
I just positioned a small short here. Well, my stop loss is 7,015, targeting 840. Just FYI, I'm assuming this. I'm risking 400 bucks on the straight. That's okay to make what, maybe 3,300 if it works. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would definitely watch this, right? This area, I would not initiate. And, you know, is there a potential that they can just fly through these little zones? Yeah. But they can also come here and you want to see this. If you want to be long, right? I personally would not go long here. If you're going to play long, just size down here because this is going to happen quick. But I would size down here, like 1 MNQ or whatever your portfolio can handle. You know, take this, because if you think about, you know, you have to think what other people are doing, not necessarily what you want to do, but what could other people see here? If you look at this right now, what could other people see here on that black line that I just drew here on NQ? What is this? Support, 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 support. crack,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
coming back for a revisit on flip, right? And if we check, right, let's say between here and here, look at that node right here sitting at 791. So not something to mess with to initiate a lot of longs. If you're gonna initiate longs, it'd be a good retest of this level, or maybe even here where you have 883-ish. That would be a, potentially a good bounce level to level out this zone here. That's LVN, right? But right now they got a crack above this, above 705. High chances you'd hit 30. Above this, you hit 73. I'm just not participating in it. Doesn't mean it won't happen. I'm just not participating in it, guys. When the odds are not in my favor to, use some size and make money, I'd rather wait for a setup than go over the FOMO. By all means, if you guys see it, take it. But, I would just exercise a little bit of caution, that's all. Especially if they lose this right here, I'll be comfortable taking a little short here, below 49. That would be good. And then on a TPO, I think it's gonna be an ugly chart. On a single day. The odds of this coming back here, guys, I would say are fairly high.
Right now we're over. We're
Sorry?
actually we're over. Yes, we're over today's high
Yep.
in the after hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just saying that they can be wherever, but the odds of us coming back to this level are super high.
So you think they could continue going up tonight, pre-market?
I think they're gonna bring it back tonight to here.
Oh,
'Cause
Yeah,
the
'cause it's
inventory,
looking very weak at the top there.
So is inventory short or long?
inventory is long
It's
because
long.
it's above the prior day high.
Okay. Prior day high. Let's see where we settled.
Prior day highs at 80, 83, 983. At least that's where I have it at.
Why does it take forever to load these?
Yeah, mine's been doing that also. Get taking forever to load on TradingView.
So they have a poor high here, so. And they visited that one and we closed at 950. Let's just mark this as our settle price.
Is that what your B-day high is, Bean, at 83.50?
Should be there. Yeah, so inventory is long here, like really long here. So don't be surprised if at any point they balance this inventory down. The settle price is a 415 close on the contracts, right? And it's at 950 here. And that happens to be a decent volume node. It's the HVN, I guess, of this area. So I wouldn't be shocked if they use that for a potential small bounce, right? You see it? It's a nice little HVN here.
Yeah.
Okay. Just be careful initiating longs. They gotta hold this HVN. If they lose this HVN, 100% they're gonna hit this POC, 864. They lose that POC, it's not gonna hold a lot of value because when I look at these days here, I'm looking 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Your POC is at 826. It's most likely gonna pull that way. That makes sense. So watch the loss of this HVN. As soon as they lose it, I would say below 45, things change for the bulls. And let me check footprints here. What did they do today on NQ? Was it bullish or any divergence? Well, it's not the most aggressive profile I've seen. On ES.
Okay.
ES was right in average with volume 1.25. That's not a lot of buying, guys, on ES. You guys see what I'm talking about? This right here. Take a look. This is not a lot of buying right here.
Yeah.
You see the 16? This here what happened to be some buying. 1.2, really aggression, like aggressive buying, right? They bought it out.
Big candle.
And then this one here, you're not really buying it. And look what happened at the top here. That's a proper auction completion. We had one on the bottom. So now when you think about it, where can they go with this? Right. From Delta standpoint, let's see what they got. You guys remember the 806 level from last night, today, yesterday? 806 is
Yeah.
your first sig.
Mm-hmm.
They can quickly come back here tonight and they would cause some serious traps for people here. Yeah. They have a buyer sitting at 818 too, so just be aware. They still have some volume to catch up. And you see the 34.5, do you guys remember that one? It's still there. Highest volume sitting there on even on footprints. You see that we entered at basically a skinny belly of Delta. There's no interest here. They're most likely gonna push it to 34.5, and that would be the level to watch. And that would probably make sense because NQ would then go to that level that we wanted to go as well. NQ would probably hit 33. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll probably trade, but if I see anything like today where it's shitty open, I'm not gonna force it. I'll let them have their CPI day.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you,
I'll
Shorty.
Thank you so much,
see you
Shorty.
tomorrow. See you.
Thanks,
Have a
Shorty.
good
Good
one.
night, everybody.
Hey, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Hey, Bean.
Good night.
Hey, thank you, Rockets.